I'm taking care of a local farm for a few weeks. They left me a strange set of rules. A few miles north of me, there's a little family-owned farm. The family takes a vacation in July, though, and they posted a job listing for a caretaker. My job would include feeding the animals, making sure the irrigation is working, and harvesting some crops. It's a small operation, so it's not fields and fields of stuff. Plus, they were offering $2,000. At the time, that seemed like an amazing deal. Now, I'm not so sure. See, the Gershons left me detailed instructions in the envelope along with half of the stipend. And as I sat down to read it, I realized that it sounded a little strange. Dear Emily, thank you for taking care of our farm. To ensure your safety and happiness and the animals, we've included a list of instructions and tasks. 1. Please feed the goats and chickens at 6 a.m. sharp. They get pretty cranky if it's not on time. 2. You will need to prune off the floricans in the raspberry patch. To do this, cut the canes, branches that are woody and have already fruited. Wear thick gloves because there are thorns. If you do get cut, immediately head inside and call Dr. Levsey to make sure your wound is not infected. 3. The sunflower field is easy to maintain and brings beauty to our farm. However, if you ever see a sunflower that isn't facing the same direction as the others, immediately head inside. Do not return to the sunflower field until the following day. 4. The farm is, as you know, surrounded by forest. Sometimes we get coyotes, foxes, or other wild animals prowling about the grounds at night. Don't worry, the animal pens are completely secure and there is no need to check on the animals if you hear anything at night. In fact, we recommend you do not leave the farmhouse between sunset and sunrise. 5. Do not enter the corn maze. Even if you hear noises coming from the maze that sound like a child crying, do not enter. The corn maze is not open to visitors yet. It's most likely the bobcats in the woods. 6. Do not be alarmed if you see the goats awake in the middle of the night. They are semi-nocturnal and often wake up to roam, graze, or use the bathroom. 7. You may help yourself to any of the fruits or vegetables you harvest. However, do not eat the apples from the northwest corner of the orchard. 8. We no longer use scarecrows. If you see one, please return to the house, lock all the doors, and close all the curtains. Stay inside until the following morning. 9. Make sure to always stock the farm stand twice a day, in the morning and again in the afternoon. At night, take all unsold produce inside and store it in the refrigerator. 10. We do not own any pigs. Thank you so very much, Emily. The Gershons. I glanced out the window. The sun was hanging low over the trees, orange rays filtering through the forest. Damn it, if I'm not supposed to be out after dark because of the wolves or whatever, I better get cracking. I walked over to the goats first. They huddled close to me as I filled their food bins, staring at me with their weird slit pupils. I tried to get it done as quickly as possible. Goats, honestly, freaked me out a little bit. As I hurried away, one with black and white fur pushed its little face through the fence. "Ma," it bleated, staring at me. The chickens were more skeptical of me, staring at me and letting out long barks as they bobbed their heads. As soon as they realized I had food, though, they came over and pecked the ground. They were pretty cute, actually. I locked the gate and turned back towards the house. I froze. Across the field from me stood the field of sunflowers, bright golden petals and dark centers swaying slightly in the wind. But while all of them tilted away from me, facing the dying sun, one of them, near the edge of the field, was instead facing me. I stared at its pitch-black center. Didn't the note say something about that? Go inside if one of the sunflowers is pointing a different way. I locked up the chicken gate. Then I strode across the grass towards the old farmhouse, still carrying the bag of chicken feed. I was halfway to the house when I turned around again. I wish I hadn't. The sunflower was still facing me, even though, based on my path, it shouldn't have been. I picked up my pace towards the house. Oh, come on, what do you think's going to happen? That sunflower is going to chase after you and murder you. My brain knew it was stupid, but there was something instinctual, a gut feeling that forced my legs to pump harder. I didn't even bother dropping the feed off at the shed. I raced into the house and locked all the doors. Phew! Safe. I took a final glance out at the sunflower. Then I went into the tiny kitchen and started some water boiling for pasta. By the time I was sitting down to eat, I was shaking my head, so stupid, afraid of a sunflower. Something woke me up in the middle of the night. I sat up, my neck aching from the crappy pillow they'd left for me. I looked around my tiny bedroom, but nothing seemed amiss. Well, of course there were things amiss, like the peeling paint and the light bulb that flickered and the clogged toilet, but nothing different. I yawned and checked my phone. 3:12 a.m. Sighing, I settled back into sleep, but before I drifted off, I heard it. A small, high-pitched noise coming from outside. I slowly forced myself out of bed and walked over to the window. Underneath me, the farm sprawled out into the darkness, but it was distorted in the old glass, shapes and colors bleeding into each other like running paint. I flipped the window lock and pushed it open, the wood squeaking loudly in my ears. I listened. Silence, then, "Help me." A voice, a child's voice, coming from the direction of the cornfield. That's no fucking bobcat. My blood ran cold. I stared out into the darkness at the cornfield on the edge of the woods, hoping that it was just some lingering dream or something. But as I stood there, the cool summer breeze wafting into the room, I heard it again. "Please, help me." The voice wavered as if the child was crying. I squinted into the darkness, staring at the cornfield. I have to go out there. I remembered the Gershon's rule, but there was no way this was an animal. "Hey, I'm coming, don't worry!" I shouted out the window. Silence, and then a rustling sound. I squinted at the cornfield, and I could see the stalks moving as something moved within them. "Stay where you are!" I shouted into the darkness. "I'm coming to get you!" The corn stalks continued to move, and every muscle in my body froze. The amount of corn moving. There was no way it was just a small child in there. The corn was swaying, dancing, roiling in an area maybe 10 feet across. And it was making its way towards the edge of the field. Rapidly. I shut the window. Then I closed the blinds, my heart hammering in my chest. I raced downstairs and checked the locks, and then finally, when I was sure I was safe, I called the police, but they wouldn't even come out. "There are no missing children in the area, and what you saw was most likely a bear," they explained calmly. I think they must know all about the Gershon's farm, so now I lie here in my bed listening the snaps and rustles of the corn stalks. There is a chair wedged under my doorknob. I've triple-checked all the locks, and all I can do is wait for dawn. Rules for surviving an anomaly warning. Hello. This is the Adams County Sheriff's Department. You are receiving this message because our county has been designated with a Class 2 anomaly level by the Federal Anomaly Investigation Division. Do not panic. The new Bavaria state government, in conjunction with the FAI and National Anomaly Warning Service, has designated some guidelines and rules to follow if an anomalous entity has been sighted or confirmed in your area. Follow these rules exactly as they are written, and you and your family will be perfectly safe. Any deviations from these rules are likely to result in serious harm, death, or becoming afflicted by an anomaly. Anomaly Watch. This is issued when an anomalous entity has been sighted but has not been confirmed by the National Anomaly Warning Service. In this stage, the rules are less serious. Stay indoors, but continue to perform your daily activities as usual. Bring any pets or kids inside as well. Keep an eye outside and look for any strange weather conditions and individuals. If you notice anything, report it to your local police and head down to the bottom. You have officially entered anomaly warning. Strange weather and individuals include, but are not limited to, mist, when it was perfectly clear outside minutes ago, shadows forming strange shapes on their own, giant figures walking in the far distance. And it's raining sideways. Keep track of your local radio station or NAW's and local police social media accounts. They will offer further guidelines and directives. If you are driving, take note of any nearby buildings and structures you may take shelter in if an anomaly warning is issued. Continue to head to your destination while paying attention to the local radio. If you are in a mobile home, be aware of any buildings nearby that you may shelter in. If you are outdoors or in a public place, finish your activity as quickly as possible and prepare to head home. If you feel that is impossible, be prepared to shelter in the nearest available location. Anomaly warning. An anomalous entity has been detected by the National Anomaly Warning Service. An anomaly warning will be issued by the NAWS. Local police have been mobilized and are on the hunt for the anomaly. This is where you are at most risk of danger, but continue to follow these guidelines and avoid any rash decisions. If you are at home, barricade all doors and windows. New Bavaria state law requires all houses to have some method of barricading entrances in the event of an anomaly warning. This may include blocking all doors with furniture, wooden planks, or metal bars. Do not leave any doorways uncovered. Stay away from any doors and windows. Turn off all the lights. Keeping the light on is essentially an invitation for anomalous entities to enter your house. Ensure any light that is visible from outside is shut off, including light bulbs and fires. Turn off all screens and lower the brightness on your phone. Head to your basement. Bring all family members and pets into your basement or shelter if possible. If your house doesn't have a basement, hide in any rooms that don't possess windows. Bring as much food and water as you can. You never know how long an anomaly warning might last. Keep as quiet as possible. Anomalous entities are attracted to large sounds, and they will not hesitate to enter your house if they hear you. This means muzzle your pets, keep all electronics at the lowest possible volume, and speak only in whispers. Avoid any other large sounds. Keep a firearm with you. Having a firearm will help you feel secure and protected. This is better for your mental state. If an anomaly has entered your house, refer to the section on anomaly encounters below. Anomaly encounter. If an anomaly has entered your building, stay silent. Do not make any noise whatsoever. It will hear you. Silent dial 930 on your phone and switch it off. This number will alert FAID agents to your location, and they will attempt to neutralize the anomalous entity. Refer to the section on law enforcement encounters below. If you hear any static or whispers on your radio, this means that an anomalous entity is nearby. The louder the static and whispers, the closer it is. Do not respond. It will beeline to your location. Do not pray. Whatever religion you follow, absolutely do not pray. Do not even think about praying or God. Anomalous entities hate prayers and can sense their origin. Continue to keep silent and think about something else you enjoy. If the anomalous entity has managed to enter your basement, we're sorry and we hope you didn't suffer. If you encounter an anomaly outside, do not run if it doesn't see you. Stay put and stay silent. It will likely move on unless you cause attention. Silent dial 930 and alert FAID agents to your location. Once the anomalous entity leaves, make your way to the nearest building as quietly and quickly as possible. If an anomalous entity has seen you, run. If you have a firearm, attempt to delay it by shooting at it. Run to the nearest building you see and attempt to lose it. Please remain aware of any shadows or mist in the vicinity while you escape. Law enforcement encounters. Our department's officers, such as well as FAID agents, are trained and equipped to deal with anomalous entities. While you're hiding, it's these brave men and women who will be dispatched to neutralize them. While law enforcement is dedicated to ensuring you and your family's safety, there are some guidelines on how to deal with our officers. If officers have entered your home to deal with an anomalous entity, do not exit your hiding spot or attempt to speak to the officers. Even if it sounds like the anomaly has been neutralized, stay in the basement. Our officers have been ordered to shoot any individuals they see run into for their own protection. This applies to outdoor situations as well. None of our officer will ask you to leave your basement unless the NAOS has ended the anomaly warning. If an officer invites you to leave your hiding spot, stay quiet and keep your firearm nearby. It is trying to lure you out. If you encounter armed officers while outside, do not go near them. They have also been ordered to shoot any individuals they see. They will not help you or take you to safety. All officers will be wearing gas masks or hazmat suits. If you see an officer without this equipment, that is an anomaly. Do not attempt to contact the police using radio. Police will not use radio during an anomaly warning. If you have spoken to any voices on a police frequency, leave your location immediately. Impeding an officer during an anomaly warning is a federal and state offense. Don't do it. If you aren't shot, you will be facing multiple years of jail time. All roads leading out of town will have been barricaded by police or the National Guard. Do not attempt to leave. We must reiterate, you will be shot. When anomaly warning has ended, do not leave your hiding spot until the anomaly warning has ended. The NAOS will notify citizens on all its social media channels as well as by text message. Please be patient. Anomaly warnings have known to last up to a whole week. While it's highly unlikely this might happen, staying patient will help you and your family stay safe. You will never receive a noise notification by radio. Do not trust it. Once the anomaly warning has ended, it is safe to return upstairs as well as to interact with any police officers you see. If your house has been damaged, please alert the New Bavaria Department of Emergency Management. They will assist with any disaster relief. If you have any injured or dead family members or companions, contact 911. If you find a dead anomalous entity, call 930. FAID agents will arrive and dispose of the corpse. Do not touch it or go near it. Continue to monitor NAS notifications. The situation may not be over. We thank you for your patience and understanding. We understand this may be frightening for you, but as long as you stay calm and alert, everything will be okay. We hope you and your family stay safe, and as always, have a great day. Surviving Jerry's house. First off, ditch Jerry. He's a dumbass. I don't get why you're friends with a guy that clutches a pillow with some two-dimensional image on it and smells like a mixture of sweat and Cheetos, but ditch him. Seriously. Second, even if I say that, I know you're going over to his house to work on your history project, and you're probably going to attend regardless of what I say, so I'll at least give you some rules, so you walk out fine. 1. Jerry will give you a list of rules when you go over to his house. They'll sort of be accurate, but can also be really confusing. I'll clear it up for you. He's been browsing this weird subreddit, so now he writes his house rules in a strange way. 2. The first rule you'll see is something like, don't go in basement. They get mad. That they is Jerry's other friends, a bunch of sweaty college kids who definitely have not showered or seen the light of day in years. Don't go down there because the stench might kill you, and I'm only half joking. 3. Don't turn on the lights downstairs either. Those college kids really hate the light and will go crazy if you even somewhat turn it on, because one of them will have to go out of their little man cave and turn it back off. Honestly, I'd say just leave them be. Keep the light in the basement off. 4. If you break either rule 2 or 3, just say sorry. Jerry's list will probably say something like, they will get angry, Kai's, or something like that. And yeah, they will get angry, but saying sorry will make them leave you alone. They really just want to stay in their room and play games. They can't fight. 5. For all that is holy, do not ever enter the bathroom. Honestly, it might even be better to take a tinkle outside in the bushes. Jerry does not clean that place up at all, and if you go in there, that stench will stick to you and you'll probably never live a normal life again. 6. If you see 2 red lights outside that look like eyes, just ignore it, and ignore Jerry too. He has a heart attack whenever it happens and goes to his room to barricade it, usually screaming something like, it's they, they are here. But it's just the neighbors' kids being idiots. Shrug it off. 7. Actually do try staying away from the mirrors in the house, not because they're haunted like Jerry says, but because they're all in the bathroom and covered in God knows what. They're disgusting, and I'd stay away from those mirrors if you can. 8. Stay in the light. You don't know what awful things you might step on if you can't see what's in front of you, and that's a real problem because I'm pretty sure you don't want to buy a pair of new shoes. The light is your friend. 9. Don't enter Jerry's room. It's not just like the bathroom, it's even worse. Stay out of it. You'll inhale Cheeto dust. Your eyes will be burned by the sight of whatever weird things he has in there, and if he's gaming, your ears will be subjected to the worst sound imaginable. Please don't intrude on him. 10. If you break any of the rules here or on Jerry's list, he'll probably tell you to kill yourself. Don't do that. I don't know why he's so aggressive, but I think he's been watching this one Twitch streamer called Lewd Tear God or something. Guess he picked up a bad habit. But yeah, just ignore him when he says that. Honestly, I have no clue why you're even going to Jerry's house. You could probably finish the school project on your own and save yourself the trouble of going to that den of death. Either way, good luck with surviving that place. I'd say have fun, but I know you won't, so have a tolerable experience. That's all I can really give you. See you later.